How you doing today?
Doing well, man. Been I've been a little antsy, if I'm gonna be honest, because I've been staring at these reward packs for the last 2 hours, getting FOMO from everyone else opening them on Twitter. But otherwise, pretty good. How about you, brother?
Oh, same. This needs to end. I honestly, I hate it so much. It's like it just because it blocks me out the site as well, and I'm like, please, do I have to wait another 2 hours, please? And then,
I
as you say, watching everyone today opening all their packs, I was just thinking, today looks good. Like everyone's getting good stuff, which I'm hoping that doesn't mean that there's none left for us. But
yeah, man. The timeline is on fire. People have been getting really, really strong pulls. Some epics, legendaries. So yeah, really cautiously optimistic for us for our chances today, even though they haven't been so great the last few weeks.
yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, when you're ready, we can start having a look at how you did.
Yeah, give me 1 second here before we get going, because I know AI just got the events ping out. Cap, I see you're here in the audience. Have you did you place anywhere on the leaderboards this past competition? You get any rewards pulls that were better than a 2-star common? He unmuted, which is a strong first step.
Oh, Cap is mythical.
Mythical tease, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, fella.
Hey,
Hey,
GMGM,
How are you?
doing
yeah,
better now that you're here, bro.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm excited.
I know. I love this part of the week.
It really is. Thursday has become my favorite day of the week, just because of rewards and all the action we get for Fantasy Top.
Yeah.
Did you guys have like a weekday, like a week reward or this week? I feel like maybe because everybody was spreading out so much on different tiers. I usually only play silver and bronze. I felt like silver was a little harder to catch this week. Did you guys feel the same?
Silver was hard because of things like Bandit being a 2-star, which then brought a lot of people out of Epic. Sorry, not Epic, out of Elite and into Gold and Silver. So I think Gold, Silver, and Bronze were like up big time on where they were the week before. I think Elite was down.
Yeah, I cashed in like gold with a really bad lineup, but I did not cash in fucking silver at all this week. Like no cards, nothing.
Oh no, man.
Oh, sad to see. Sorry, Jinzo.
It happens. I got one card out of gold at least.
Oh, nice. Did you already rip it open?
Yeah. It was a shitty one.
Oh, sorry, bro. One thing, and hopefully Enormous James joins us later, Jinzo. But one thing that he did that I think Ezra and I are going to try and talk about today is he played one of his lines up into Elite. And yeah, I mean, it had I think just commons and rares, so no epics, no legendaries, and he min cashed with it and got 3 cards, and 2 of those were a rare. So I think
That's
depending on
amazing.
depending on how many points some of your lineups are getting, you might want to look at those thresholds and you might just want to play most of your lines in Elite and try and min cash all those cards except for like your best 1 or 2.
Yeah, I used to do that like a few seasons ago, but now I haven't done that so much just because I saw people started doing that and Elite started having a lot more entries. But maybe it's time to do that again. I feel like maybe people are filtering out of it. I have to check it out again and see.
Feel free if you want. Like one of the weeks last week, we went through some of Enormous James's stuff and kind of gave him a few tips on how to get up there with like a min cash of Elite. So maybe some point you want to do the
Yeah,
same.
sure, yeah, I'll see. But I don't even have that many cards. So it's not that hard for me to really sort through. I only have like 4 lines every week going in. But yeah, I mean, if ever I ramp up, for sure, it's good to have a good edge. And I know you guys know your shit, so for sure I'll ask.
Yeah, anytime, man.
Yeah, happy to have you here, Jinzo. I mean, yeah, same as any show. You have any thoughts, opinions, questions, comments? Feel free, unmute and join us up here, man. More people talking about it, the better. But otherwise, Ezrin, let's dive right in. Let's look at how we did this past week and get to the best part of every Thursday, ripping some reward packs.
Yeah, let's do it. You want me to run through how I did?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I think I went first last week, so I'll let you have the honors this week, which it's going to be hard to follow you up. I'll go ahead and preview the audience with that.
I did I did do probably one of my best weeks. I just shared my screen now. So yeah, overall, I managed to get 0.14 ETH and 33 cards this week.
Oh my days.
Yeah,
33 cards.
which was probably one of my best in a long time. I don't even know if I've actually ever beaten that, to be honest. I can't even think back. So yeah, we can go through and have a look. So I managed to hit 17th in silver, which I think was due to Bandit. And normally I can't actually show you what these lines were, but normally I'll have like 1 or 2 up there, but this time within the top, like with under 1,000, I ended up with like 5, which was impressive. So that kind of helped me stack up there. And bronze, I managed to get 2 in the top 100.
Wow.
And then I got 166 and 677. So I
Nice,
ended up,
nice.
yeah, I ended up pulling it. Bronze is usually my worst. But I managed to score some ETH as well as some cards in bronze, which was cool. And then let me just claim this. I should have probably done this before.
No, dude, claiming the stars, that's the best part. That's what everyone wants to see.
I'll leave the cards there, right? So then silver, we talked about silver.
65,000 fan points, no big deal.
That's good, right?
Yeah, man, that's amazing.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that. And then silver is obviously because I got 2 up top 100, I ended up getting 0.08 for that.
Amazing.
Gold, I didn't even. This was just to hit the criteria for the enter all 4 tournaments. So I didn't expect anything, but
Yeah.
didn't get anything, so no big deal. And then elite was where this was where I cooked pretty hard. So in elite, I managed to get a good bunch of these up in the money. By in the money, I mean cards wise. Like elite's quite difficult to get ETH rewards. I think you have to get. I think it's what is it like 120? I don't even know what the cutoff is, but obviously got a little bit. But you play elite mainly for the cards. Their rewards tend to be cards for the lowest caching. I think it's up to 800, isn't it? So I managed to creep in with this one.
Let's go. And those minimum caches there are 2 cards. So that's so much better than any of the min caches in any other capped contest.
Exactly, and that was just similar to what we talked about last week, where if you can target a score of like 3,800, 700, you can probably pull up into that scoring position. This week it looks like it was a bit higher to get in there, but I think some of the weaker cards performed really well, so I think a lot of people crept up over there, which is probably why a lot more of mine ended up higher than that.
Gotcha. But yeah, man, congrats again. That's incredible. 17th place in silver, 2 top 100 places in bronze, 105 and 165 in elite. I mean, you absolutely crushed it all over the board. Congrats, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a good one. When I sort of, when you watch it play out throughout the tournament, you just think, yeah, that's fallen off, or
yeah.
You just when it actually finally comes in, you're just like, oh yeah, it's good.
It's always a squeaky bum time there at the end, waiting for the results to finalize and making sure you didn't fall off right at the end when they rehash everything and rebalance it.
Exactly. It's pretty exciting, but then the other exciting is this bit. So, we can now get on to the fun stuff, which is opening the cards. And as you say, based on Twitter, people seem to have done really well. So it's as if the card, like the how bad is your card metric?
Yeah.
They seem to have upped that slightly, so we can kick in on this.
Let's go. Good luck, brother.
Oh, whoops.
I don't know if you guys got to see what Travis pulled, but he pulled like a Pac-Man and another hard card, like a good one. I have to go take a look and show you.
Oh
Was
yeah,
it?
it was
Travis Bickle.
an Ansem and a rare Pac-Man.
Handsome.
Awesome, yes, and a rare, exactly.
It was unreal. And then I think this third card was like not even that bad either. So here we go. Let's see.
All right, come on. Let's see some blue, maybe some purple or
Something.
shiny, whatever color legendary is.
Okay. We
Ooh.
start off. So we're all green for a start, but we got Ryan. I've
Nice
never owned him. Damien.
Okay.
Peppet.
Oh,
Not bad. I think useful for the 3 stars.
absolutely. I mean, yeah, Lil Moon Lambo has the potential to be a 7-star hero on his day. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's great, at least for this week.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, when you're looking at the Michael Jordan rookie cards. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Right. Okay. So you fight for all these cards, but quite often, I mean, one of the reasons why we're not too sold on this is like a lot of these are the 2 stars. But the thing you've got to always remember is like these are all 0.007 each. So even if they're crap, you can still sell them like easy. So I got to think like that. So not too upset there.
And I think it's a great point, Ezra, because you said you won 33 cards. So if we assume those are all the most floor of floors at a 0.007, even 0.006 value, and you sold all of them right now, that's still 0.18, 0.19 ETH on top of your 0.14 you already won that you could be walking away with this week. So, a 0.3, 0.35 kind of week at worst is, I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? That was like my smallest pack, so we can keep on going here.
Oh, brag.
No, I just mean it's not over yet. Let's see how we get on in the next ones. Right, here we go.
7 cards is his smallest pack. I've never felt less like a man than I do right now.
There's only 4 tournaments. Oh, bad start.
Ooh.
Right, okay, not great. Auto, no. No. Okay, I'll take that.
Decent.
It definitely didn't do great last week, but one of the newer heroes, the jury's still out on Chartfu.
And I mean, even just being a newer hero, he has so much, just so much lower supply that their value is inflated 0.03, 0.04, just because there's none of them available. So it's always a good card to get.
Yeah. Okay, so not much to comment on any of this. Okay, here we go. That is a win, man. That is an absolute win. Okay, I'm happy with that.
Wow.
I'm happy with that.
Wow. I don't even want, I can't even guess what that is worth right now. Probably at least 0.05, 0.06, maybe even 0.1.
Oh, yes. Okay, very happy. I don't think I've ever scored that many stars on a card.
Amazing.
And then John Wang hiding behind, bringing us all back down to earth.
Big dubs. Let's go.
Very happy with that Chartfu and that Jakey. That is nice. That is nice.
I'd say your rewards are now teetering closer to the 0.5 ETH range than 0.3.
Yeah, I agree. And here we go, man. I don't think I've opened this many cards in one pack in my life.
Let's go. Let's see the tower of cards.
Show me a tower, and I want to see like a glimpse of not green poking through as well.
Come on.
I want to see a legendary, bro. Come on, please.
Oh, they're all green, man. But do you know what? I'll take that. Let's see how we get on. Right, okay. No good. No good. Another.
Okay, a lot of garbage. Not ideal.
This is a tough deck. Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's your boy, Barney.
Oh my
boy.
God.
Wow.
That is utterly shocking.
Pour one out.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, there you go. You win some, you lose some.
I mean, I would consider that Jakey a pretty big dub there, bro.
That Jakey is win, yeah, for sure. But on the this big pile, that was That was not great.
Bit underwhelming. I think we can agree on that.
Yeah. I thought it was 17 cards, no?
Yeah, I thought it was 2. Uh,
What happened?
that is a great.
Did I get screwed?
Uh,
That wasn't a great. So where did we fin? We
oh,
basically started. Oh,
yeah,
it was 17.
because we started with the auto. It just wasn't showing for whatever reason.
Oh, okay. I mean, they were trash, but
Yeah. Yeah, sell them off.
yeah, they'll be going in the. I'm gonna sell them. You're right. We talked about this last week. Stop dumpster firing them.
Yeah, I think we came to the conclusion last week that it really is best just to sell them outright, even for the 0.006, 0.007 ETH.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that floor.
What is it? I didn't see it in the screen.
0.098, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So close to 0.1. Hell yeah. Okay,
A
I'll take that.
0.1, a 0.09 bid. So nice job.
Thank you. I'll take that. That's all I needed. That is all I needed. Okay, there we go. Can I switch back to you and send you a load of luck? Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it, bro. All right, I will. I'll share my screen here.
Just remember, the smaller packs were the more generous. Okay.
All right. Well, I don't have a 17 stack pack like you do, so I don't know that I'll have to worry quite that much.
That was just like 17 rocks in a bag.
I got a rock.
Right, I want to see this.
All right.
Let's do this.
So last week, or I guess this past week, I'd say another fairly strong week. I ended up netting 0.115 ETH, so just under 0.12, and 12 cards to go along with that. So I think my high is either 14 or 15. So 12 is right there, right along kind of average what I'm used to. Yeah.
51st is so annoying, man.
Yeah, that is that. So that's my what you're gonna hear me bitch and moan about here for the next minute or two. You're gonna have to start calling me Bubble Boy the way I performed, because I had one deck here in silver at 51st place, where the cutoff is the top 49. So I would have edged up into more ETH and more cards. And then the more heartbreaking one, my one elite lineup finished 25th, which is great, right? 0.075
That's
ETH.
amazing.
Thank you. 6 cards. I mean, I think that is the best I think I've ever finished in Elite is 25, but it hurts because the cutoff is 24th, and 24th gets, I think, 0.1 ETH and maybe 2 more cards. So, if anything, it sucks in the short term, but feels kind of heartened in the long term, knowing that the process we're using, what we're talking about here on the show, and as we build our decks, and as we help other MVHQ members like Enormous James, when he came on last week, when we helped them build their decks, kind of just proves we're doing it the right way. You just need 1 or 2 things to break your way, and you'll hit that upside eventually. So did decently well, like I said, in silver, 51st, and then another, almost top 150 here. Gold, nothing to write home about. Just really entered that to, like you said, hit those mission requirements and get some extra little fan point rewards. I don't think I had anything place in bronze, which I think I'd probably just had 1 or 2 trash lines there. And yeah,
you mainly played elite and silver this week, though, didn't you?
Yeah. I tried to go heavier into silver because I did, like you said, I had 2 of those rare bandits. So those were what was anchoring those 2 lines right here. And yeah, I mean, you basically needed him in there to do decently well at all. I think he placed 40th or 41st as a hero. So
yep.
he really carried hard. So again, great bit of alpha by you last week. So really appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries. No, it's good. It was I think it's happened quite a few times, like when one of the heroes is like completely down at 2 stars, which tends to happen if their account is like shadow banned or something where they can't compete. Their overall score is below the threshold. It drops them down heavily in the stars. But then when you're playing, obviously, the cap tournaments, you need these guys in because people stack them alongside some absolute powerhouses to build up the cap of 20 2 stars, I think it is in silver. And then
Yeah, yep, it is.
yeah, and then that's basically what runs throughout the whole tournament. But then if you see that happening and you don't want to buy into that hype, you can then
Yes.
expect a lot of elite to drop down into the capped tournaments because they'll bring some of their best cards down, so you can then play off of that and go up to elite.
Yep, and I think that is a hugely important element that you just kind of outlined, Ezrin, is why and when you want to switch your participation, right? You don't want to be static in, I have 3 decks in silver every weekend, 2 in gold and 1 in elite, and I do that every week. No,
Yeah.
you need to be fluid here, and as the stars change for these heroes, let that dictate where you're going to play. You gave the perfect example, right? Bandit was 2-star last week, so if you had one, it was smart to play him down in a capped competition. If you didn't, then really I would have played everything in elite lines, and like you had a lot of them, so you can get those minimum cash in the money for just a bunch of card rewards. And so after this, we can talk about some cards for next week, maybe that we're eyeing, and I think I already have my eye on 1 or 2 that got bumped down to low stars for this week, or for this week. So yeah, hopefully that'll help kind of show some players here where they want to put their cards.
I agree.
But before that, let's see just how many 2-star cards I can pull right now.
You're getting nothing but heat. Come on, let's do it.
Oh, I wish I had your optimism. All right, we'll start with the appetizer, the 1-carder here.
This is going to be the best card.
Oh, buddy, I hope so.
If it has to be a 2-star, hope it's Toshi.
I don't know how we've gone 22 minutes without saying his name. Yeah, that's a damn miracle.
How did I go 33 cards without getting up in Toshi?
That's actually the wildest part.
Oh my god.
You already own them all.
That
I actually looked, and I am far from the top holder. Other people have got the same idea. I'm in trouble.
Hey, Bitcoin's at 65K. Now, maybe give him a week or 2. He's gonna start tweeting again.
That's
Yes,
it.
sir.
That's what we play for. Buy the news.
Yes, sir. All right, here we go, lads. 1 card.
Do it.
Come on.
Oh,
God damn it.
How could you have? How does this man have 4 stars? I don't know.
It's a crime. It's an international crime.
Even less reason to play him. My God.
I know. We just got finished saying you should sell your cards and not burn them, but I might just burn him out of spite. I might have to.
Yeah, I think you do. There's some heroes that just don't even deserve to be sold.
That's true. Absolutely. All right, greener pastures. We need something usable here.
No, we don't want green. We don't want green pastures.
Yeah.
Blue or purple.
Ooh,
Come on.
Purple pastures.
Come on.
Come on. Ooh,
Okay.
Let's go.
Brother, look at that. Great front card and a rare back. This is gonna get spicy.
Ooh, okay. Already an ice knife. Good 5-star to start with.
Okay.
Loom dart,
No problem. Keep them coming. No problem.
Okay. Come on, big money.
Here we go.
Big money, no whammies.
Oh! Do you know what? Just about to launch an app, that Kane guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would say that one's got a bit of promise to it.
Okay.
Not great, but I would rather that as a rare instead of any of the middle 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. All right.
Still cool. You got a rare though. That means you're minimum 0.03.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a 0.03. If I don't want to play it, I can take right now from a bid. So I'll take that.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
Let's see if we can they'll duplicate a little bit of that magic. Come on. Last pack magic here.
You've always got great luck when it comes to trading cards. Why have you not?
Yeah, I think better luck on the IRL packs than the digital ones, sadly.
Let's see.
Okay, here we go. Last pack, 6 cards. Come on, baby.
Okay.
All greens.
No
Not
problem.
a great start here. Meh. Ooh,
Yes.
okay.
Inconsistent, but finally, I think, back from a big trip.
Yeah.
Did
He had a
very
big
well
week.
this week. Very well
Yeah.
this week.
And I think I already
You
have
got,
2 of his commons, so I might try and spend up and
Mm,
get 2 more to roll him up to a rare.
there you go.
you got to consider people are going to start locking in now. And market's hot, and people are done with their vacations and stuff. I mean, a lot of these cards are probably going to do numbers like they used to a few months ago.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is a great point. I mean, that's something I'm going to hit on in the next point. You're front running me there, Jinzo, but I've got a whole thing on bull market influencers who are going to be back, in the coming weeks as we get more bullish and up only, and there's going to be cards that have been pretty quiet. I think are going to heat up soon.
A little bit of foreshadowing, keeping people at the edge of their seat.
My man. All right, let's see if there's anything hiding behind this intern. Wall Street bet mod. Oh, and an auto suing.
Well, I think you did decent.
Absolutely. I'm going to walk away from that, fairly happy. Let's see. Iced 0.035, not bad. So I just pulled him. That Kane rare, yep, 0.035, 0.0275 bid. Yeah, I will take that along with 0.115 ETH. I think that's we'll take that as a 0.15, 0.16 kind of week. I will
Yeah.
consider that a win.
And I would say as well, one other tip: if you can afford to keep the cards in the beginning, you will get more for them closer to the lock-in.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, see how it's 3 days, 22 hours until we lock for the next tournament? That is definitely... You'll probably earn a bit more instead of 0.00... What did we say? 6?
6 or 7, yeah, depending on who
Yeah.
it is.
You'll probably get low 7 if you
Absolutely.
want to just wait a couple of days. You should be able to lock in a bit more value.
Yep.
Because right
Totally
now it's
agree
just
there.
a massive dump fest of everyone who's just done the rewards and
Yeah.
shit. And then
Yeah, Ezra's spot on. If you can afford to just hold off on selling into a bid for a few hours or maybe even a day, you're going to be doing so much better in the long run.
Yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. So that's a kind of our recap of last week and going over some of our awards. You want Ezra? You want to move into our picks of this upcoming week, or maybe some undervalued kind of cards we're looking at?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. I tried to pick I picked a few from various star levels. Do you want to do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? I don't mind.
Yeah,
I think I stole
yeah.
your thunder last week, so you start.
No, never. You could never.
Well, I picked one or two that you picked, so it made you in a bit of a tougher spot. I wrote quite a few down here.
Made me, if anything, it made me feel a little bit smarter that I was actually doing something right for once. So, giving myself a little pat on the back there. But yeah, I'll start for us here. I'm gonna take off these higher level cards just so we can kind of see everything on an even playing field right here. So I had 2 or 3 that I had picked out for this week that I wanted to look at. First is I think an overall super solid kind of hero, consistent, that I think deserves a shout for anyone trying to compete really at any level, and it's OX Bread right here. 0.016, very, very cheap for a common card. His rare, I think, is 0.1 floor, maybe something like that. 5 stars. If we click in here, and again, something I think the site can be a little confusing here at Fantasy Top. So something that's important to notice is when you're in the marketplace, any of these rankings you're looking at are their 7-day data. Okay, so that's their like score over the last rolling 7 days. But tournaments are only 4 days, Monday through Thursday. So even though Bread, his 7-day score is a 73. I believe he finished quite a bit higher than that. Let's see. Yeah, he finished 56, right? So 73 kind of is not accurate to what his score should be or how high he actually performs in tournaments. So, I think if you see here, really most of his finishes are between kind of 125. He's dipped down to as low as maybe a 3-star a few times, has gone up to a 6-star a couple of times, but for the most part, he's just a nice steady 5-star. He's backpacking through Asia right now, so he has a nice kind of mix of tweets between his his standard threads he has, where he's writing about tech stacks and L2s and some more dev sided stuff, to some nature pics and stuff of hikes and some other funnier stuff him and his girlfriend do, that I'll let anyone who's on his Twitter actually go there and discover what I might be referring to. But yeah, I just think super solid, consistent, not going to break the bank at any level kind of hero. I mean, anything you wanted to add there? I mean, I don't know if you have any breads yourself, or if you've looked at him at all in the past, Ezrin.
Yeah, I like Bread. Bread seems to be a good middle of the road person. Like, that's the sort of rare I look for. Like, I would, if I could find that, turn it into rare, I would. I think I own a couple, and I play them every week. Like, I've always loved him as the kind of middle of the road hero who basically just doesn't seem to ever not tweet. You always get a score out of him.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, great shout. I like that.
Yeah, thank you. And then, like I said, because he's really higher than this score indicates, he's usually a solid 1,000 to 1,200 points for me at a rare. So super solid, super consistent. That's my first shout. My second one is going to be Tyler D. So not the Fight Club Tyler you see here, but the other one who works for Lucky Trader, I believe. He has like a morning show that he does, I believe, with Farouk and a few others. Obviously, you can see he's quite a bit more expensive, nearly 4-5x what we just saw for Bread. But I will say, you see his 7-day gliding score or rank is 31st, but his real score in the last tournament was 10th. And that was before that was 21st, 30th, 39th, 43rd. So you can see recently he has been just in a very, very strong uptrend, culminating in his strongest finish yet, and 10th place. So I'm sure that's part of why his score or his price has pumped, because he really had a strong finish. But I did want to shout him out just because, on top of being, as you can see, being a rising hero in the past few weeks, 40, 30, 20, 10, I don't see this really stopping. Not that I think he's going to continue up only, right? There's only so much further up he can go, but I think he will be a top 50 hero basically nonstop. If you see how he tweets, he does like basically a daily recap, what you can find here, the next morning of here's what happened yesterday in crypto. So he has tweet threads every morning. He's constantly reporting on news that's breaking for Lucky Trader through his own account. So he's always consistent, very similar to what Ezra pointed out with Bread. He's never going to be a zero, outside of, maybe like a vacation, what you see here, where he's just completely AFK. But most of the time, very strong, very consistent. And again, I don't think he'll always be a rank 10, but I really don't see him going lower than rank 50 outside of, like I said, vacation or, were something unfortunate to happen.
That's a great shout. I love that one. Yeah, I think his stuff's going to get so much more attention as well now the market's heating up as well. Like, he's the perfect person for people to tune in to daily.
Absolutely.
Like, spark up a conversation. And as you say, I think you'll also, he was probably on he did really well this week, but next week he could be down at like a 5-star or a 4-star. And that could be great for you as well. Like, he's one of those heroes that you would fit him into wherever you need him. Like, he'll always perform well for you in whichever deck. And if you get him on like a low stars, then you should be able to get him to cook in the deck there.
Yeah, and great. See, I'm especially I'm gonna try and get hopefully some stink bids accepted on maybe some rares this weekend, because now that he got popped up to a 7-star, I'm hoping he doesn't see as much play, right? People maybe get rid of him because he can't be played in the capped competitions. And then if he were to go down into a 4 or a 5-star, then his value is going to go straight back up because he is undervalued in that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Great shout.
Thank you, sir. All right, one last one here I wanted to shout out is Web3 Quant. Gliding 7-day score of number 23. His actual tournament rank, he finished at 19, so a little bit better than that. And just like I kind of prefaced with Jinzo there, Jinzo always on top of things and ahead of where everyone else is. Web3 Quant is, he is not only a bull market influencer. I don't want anyone here to think that he only tweets during the bull market, but I think he is one of, quite a few influencers on here who they're really going to get a boost from being in a bull market. He tweets out meme coins. He tweets out kind of some of his thoughts and plays, general theses he has. So I think it's perfect he's the kind of guy who's perfect for a bull market. Everything's going up. Everything he's saying is right. And I like him for his TA. I think he's a generally very helpful resource. But even more so, I think you see when it's a bull market, everyone's happy, everything's going up. These kind of guys, they post a little more, they're right more, they get more engagement. So he is who I would kind of target, and maybe some influencers like him who, when times are good, they post more often, they're more right, engagement's up, right? Kind of that flywheel effect there. So Web3 Quant, again, kind of a little bit more on the pricier side because he can be a top 20, top 10 hero, as you can see kind of from some of his earlier tournament ranks, 4, 4, 7, 6, 10, 12, 7, 9. He has the potential to really score high. So just my last one that I'd give a shout for between Bread Guy, Tyler D, and Web3 Quant. That is who I will be looking at this weekend to hopefully add to the ranks.
Very nice. Yeah, I mean, can you show me his price history again? I thought that was quite interesting.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like that also quite telling because I think due to some of the inconsistencies and the fact that he's such high. Oh no, he's not 7-star, is he?
I think he should be. If he finished 19th this past week, he should
Oh
either be 6
yeah,
or 7.
okay. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so I don't know why his price is down then.
Well, so I think it's because he's 7 stars, right? So he's not as useful in the capped competitions versus back here when his common was 0.1. It was probably back when he was a 2 or a 3-star. It was probably coming back from not tweeting for a week. He was very low starred, very high value. Then he scores, does well. His stars are readjusted. I think that's kind of those swings you're seeing here between going up and going down and going up.
Gotcha, yeah, of course. Yeah, because if you've got a common of him, you'd be unsure to put him in elite. Because he's not always pulled in like a 1k or like a 900 at least.
Yeah.
In a rare, he'd be perfect.
Yeah. Oh, that is a juicy score.
But that's expensive as well.
Yeah, it is. That's 0.4 ETH. You got to be ready to pay for some of these guys. Let's see.
Very nice, man.
Yeah, so that's who I've got my eyes on, Ezrin. What about you? Did I front run you on any of those? Did I steal your thunder this week?
That's the good thing. So you might so the one, my main one that I'm keeping an eye on, which I think is probably one of the biggest score reductions, is Cirrus.
Ooh, pump my bags.
So if you look at Cirrus, right? So he used to tweet a lot of respect. Wow. Is that price gone up that much in the last? Open that again, that price history.
Oh.
Has that gone up that much?
Yeah, I think so it looks like, that these are the 0.04, 0.045, and it was down here. Yeah, I mean, it's gone up 0.02 since yesterday.
Gotcha.
Nearly doubled.
Yeah, so he used to post a lot more. I heard a story saying he'd hurt himself and he's going to be like back at his computer a lot more. And as well as that, he's currently getting his current tweets are quite interesting. He's getting basically all these loans that he had out. Finally, people are defaulting on them. There you go. And so, what I'm thinking is that quite a lot of this content could get decent amount of views, and the fact that he's going to be tweeting more. And now he's down to 3 stars because he had quite a quiet week. I have a feeling he is going to bounce back up, and he is going to be a very good 3-star for your decks. Because if you look at his strats again, so if you look at his tournament ranks, like, you can see how he can perform.
I mean, top 15, top 10 hero on his day.
Yeah, top 10 down to middle of the road. I'd say like top 10, like between 10 and 60-ish.
I mean, yeah, he was 30th last week. That's why he was a 6-star.
I know, it's insane. And he's now down at 3.
Yep. Massive value there.
Yeah. So if you've got any service, I'd recommend considering putting into cap decks and maxing out there. That was one of my big that was probably the biggest one that I saw. As well as that, I noticed some other
sorry, would you say he is your bandit of next week's competition, where, I mean, you really probably need someone like him if you want to compete in those capped ones?
Yes, I think the only difference between me saying he is and isn't is because Bandit was very vocal about the fact that he was shadow banned, and there was a reason behind why he wasn't tweeting.
Okay.
Whereas Cirrus, you are taking a minor risk that he's going to start tweeting again and he's going to have decent content. But I think he's understarred at a 3.
Agreed.
I think he's going to do a lot better than a 3 next tournament.
Agreed. I'm in full agreement with you there. There's a little bit of a risk because he isn't, as consistent in his tweets as Bandit, but he is definitely going to be my go-to guy. He's going to start building out all my capped league lineups, because when you got a 3-star version of him, you gotta center your stuff around it, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great shout.
And then other understarred potential for doing better is Sin. So we've done Cirrus. Now I'm going to say Sinners. Yeah.
Yeah. Say no idea. That seems like how you would pronounce it, Sinners, which is a funny name. But
I'm probably butchering it, but I have less knowledge about why he had a bad week. But if you look at his stats, you can see the drop off. Like,
whoa,
it was top 20 down to 96th, basically.
Yep.
And I do think with the market heating up, these sort of people will hopefully be back. I mean, look at that. So that's why he fell so much. And I think from a star point of view, if you could start a deck in bronze with a Cirrus and a Sinners, you've used 7 stars of 18, and you can probably fill the rest around that and cook.
Absolutely. That is a great recommendation. Sinners and Cyrus starting a bronze level deck. That is amazing.
Yeah. Or even match that if you've got rares of them and do the same in silver.
Yep.
You could do very well there. 3 other ones I just had. So,
ooh, the man's cooking.
No, these ones are a bit. Sorry, 2 other ones. So I noticed, just very kind of not as much to say on the 2, but Clemente and Min both dropped down to 5 this week.
Okay.
Clemente, I know, has been away in Asia doing a bunch of stuff. I saw some info about them recording a lot more content for their show. But I don't know. I always loved Clemente. I always wanted more of his card.
Yeah.
I've got 1 common, but it was just, again, I don't know, it was expensive. I just felt like there was better. I always wanted a rare Clemente. Like, that's kind of what I wanted. But I mean, look at that bid to sell. Like, it's such a low supply Clemente as well.
Let's see how many rares. 37 rares.
But like, compare, like, that's not many in the grand scheme of things.
No.
Like, that supply. So he's always been one of these cards that is expensive due to the amount of supply. But yeah, I like Clemente and I like Min from from a 5-star point of view. So I mean, basically, that's like my top deck basically would consist of Cirrus, Sinners, Min, Clemente.
I love that. I think
That would
is
take you up to 17. Okay, that doesn't quite work, but you get my point. Like,
yeah.
around those 4, I can see a lot of value.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
There we go. That was my, and it's quite funny that I picked those out and you just showed me about Tyler D. That was an interesting one. And Web3 Quant as well. So yeah, cool, man. Yeah, that was where I was at.
Yeah, I love those shouts. I've been eyeing a couple of mins. I think I have 1 or 2 of his commons, and I would like his rare. And so I'd rather, if I can scoop a couple commons on bids and,
His rare is good value.
Very, very. Because I mean, I know it says rank 77 for his 7-day rolling, but he actually finished 53. So that's quite a bit of a better score in actuality.
Yeah. I don't think I ever saw his content until I started seeing his content. And when I did start seeing it, the quality of it is unreal, and he's been consistent.
It is, yeah.
He's like one of these people that instead of running like a YouTube channel, runs a Twitter YouTube channel. It's like videos every week, like good production, good information. And since the last, I don't know, how many weeks is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last 8 weeks, it's just not dropped below rank 50.
Yeah, I mean 55, 40, 30, 30, 40, 50. He's been on top of it, and something I wanted to point out. I saw him getting a little a back and forth, not like in a bad way at all, but just kind of question answer with HK, which is an influencer on Twitter who's not part of the game, but he gives a lot of good alpha, a lot of good tweet threads. And Min was asking HK, questions about the game a week or 2 ago, like, oh, when do competitions start and end? Is it better for me to save my good tweets and my threads for competition days? And so HK was kind of advising him on, you want it to be Monday through Thursday. That's going to help your holders the best, and yada yada. So seeing someone who's into and interested at learning about the game to maximize their own score is always bullish in my mind for that hero.
Absolutely.
I love
that.
One last point on that I wanted to point out when you were talking about Sin is I sold his card, but I am bullish on him simply because he market buys his own cards. So he bought himself off of me. So if nothing else, he believes in himself and what his content is going to be for the short or long term. So seeing a hero who both plays and is bullish on themselves is another thing where I'm like, okay, that's just a little something to mark down, in your mental notes that is someone you might want to consider building back into your lineup some way.
That is so good. Yeah, I always had it was one of those cards that I always wanted, and then I think I got one in a pack mint, and I always loved using it. I was always, it would be one of my first kind of go-to ones, but then it did fall off a bit. I've got no reason why. I got no knowledge about why. Normally I feel like when I talk about a card, I can say, oh, this is this, this is that. But with him, I've got no idea what's been going on. But
I know he's heavy, he's heavy in base, Coinbase's chain. And he has his own project on chain Gaia's, which is what his PFP is. So
is that him?
Yes. Yeah.
I did not know that.
I have a feeling, without doing a deep dive into his Twitter because I don't really follow him, I have a feeling a lot of it is focused around when Base has had something big, maybe a meme coin, maybe an initiative, or when there have been big, updates around on-chain Gaia's. I bet that's what a lot of these spikes are, 40, 45, 16, 17, 15, and these down weeks are probably when, he's doing a little more building maybe than delivering.
That's cool. I didn't realize it was the on-chain Gaia's, which I don't really. I know there's people in MVHQ that are pretty clued up on that project. I'll maybe dig out the field report and have a bit of a deeper dive, because if it's still well followed and they finally launch, then again another good card. And I think I find myself doing that sort of thing, like trying to understand who these people are. Like it helps a lot.
Absolutely. That's the alpha, is understanding the why behind each influencer, and their habits. When do they post? Are they aware of the game? Are they bull market, bear market, agnostic, right? Those little things give you all the edge in these weekly competitions.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll stop blathering on here in a minute, but I did just want to highlight last week. Ezrin gave out the incredible call for Coin Guru. Last week when Ezrin said he was looking at him, Ezrin had said he saw him post on Twitter that he was back and he was going to be locked in. He was done with summer vacation. That's when his rank was around 73. I went back and watched our recording of it just before now. He was ranked 73 when you called it out. He is now ranked 15. He was 0.007 for a common, now 0.022, and his rare was under 0.05. So these have more than doubled, and some of them, like the common, has tripled since you made that call last week, on top of being an incredibly valuable card to play during the week. So huge congrats to you, Ezra. I mean, that was an insane call. I know I cooked off of it. I got a couple. I know Enormous James did. So we're up in ETH terms, and it helped us contribute to some wins. So massive round of applause to you, mate.
Oh no, that was a good one. Yeah, that I think JD as well picked up as well. Yeah, I did well out of that as well. That was, I mean, it could have gone either way, but luckily it went that way. Thankfully.
I mean, you're right. Could have gone either way, but that's why we do the research and why we put in the time, and it paid off. And JD, I hope you got one. I see you typing in chat there. JD also, I believe he's thanks to the show, he is a new player in Fantasy Top. After listening, he bought, I believe, his first two lineups, entered and won. I think he cashed with both of them last week, so he got a couple of card rewards. I mean, and that's what it's about. JD, Enormous James, people coming in here, listening, kind of taking that alpha, that actionable info, moving on it, and seeing those immediate results. Like, well, I don't know about you, Ezra, but that's about the best thing I could hear is people are actually, they're getting something from all this, and they're using it, and they're running with it, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think between that, people picking up, selling some of the trash cards. Because I think it's too easy to like put 2 or 3 good cards in with a deck of 2 or 3 crap cards, and if you do that, your chances are so slim. Whereas if you could sell those 2 cards and pick out like someone like this, you can. That's what gets you in the ability to start getting some of the rewards.
Yep. I mean, exactly. Like and you showed it. The proof is in the pudding, right? I mean, granted, you had a hell of a lot of reward cards to open, but all you need is that one to pull a card that's worth 0.1 that you can then reinvest into a whole other lineup if you want, or use that, as like your starting building block for a strong card. Either way, it just takes one. I mean, yeah, like, and you did it, man. You packed. God, I'm still buzzing off that Jakey you packed. That was awesome, dude.
I know. I need to go back and look at it. I'm glad they updated this PFP as well. It's a bit more appealing to me than that weird.
The whale.
Yeah, the whale with the teeth.
Oh man, let's look at him real quick.
Oh, not great, but
well,
I think he was in Asia as well, wasn't he? He was at Breakpoint or whatever.
Yeah, I think he is a founder. I think he does have a project, so I think he was there probably promoting it or doing whatever. But I know it's a downtrend, but that 28th is the worst he's ever finished, So that's still pretty good. 28, 24, 16, 18. That's top bins.
Yeah, I mean that would fit into nearly everywhere.
Yep, and
well,
I mean,
it's difficult. 96 minted, yeah, that's tiny.
Look
supply.
At that! Wow, that's awesome.
That is cool. Yeah, because I could put that on an elite line with 4 rares or something.
Easy. That's a min cash, and that's 2, maybe even 3 more cards. Yeah, and just you keep rolling it over week in, week out. Yeah, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen real quick here, just because I'm gonna try and find a tweet. It was a tweet from this past week about Fantasy Top and how not only is they're profitable week over week. I think this past week or maybe the prior week they had their most profitable week yet. I think they had either 50 or 70 ETH in profit from the marketplace and everything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, just incredible stuff to see that traction's really picking up here, and you love to see it. That's all I can say.
Very much so. No, it's cool, and to see the mark, like to see it continue to grow from um like them getting investment, and also like them making money and doing the partnerships and stuff with like Moonshot, which was cool. It seems there's quite a lot of people queuing up to work with them, and I think mixed with some of the stuff to do with like Blast is kind of growing as well. We've got, like, I noticed all their on ramps and off ramps, and that's cool because that all feeds straight into their ecosystem, which is great. And yeah, I mean, I did kind of have a bit of a fear with like, okay, ETH's going to start doing a run. Like, how deep do I want to be in this?
Mm-hmm.
That did concern me a bit. Like, do I want to start offloading a bit? Don't know, but I don't know. I feel like it's still going pretty strong.
Yeah, I agree. I do still think we're kind of in the infancy of it all, right? And obviously that's a bull market talking. But I do
Yeah,
think this has everything needed to really capture the mainstream audience and attention. And not that I see everything 10xing from here necessarily, but I definitely think there's at least another leg or two up that we can go with, another massive onboarding event, something like that. And I think then I might have a think about scaling out a little bit. But for now, just the APR, week in, week out is just too nice for me to ignore. So
it's
yeah.
so good, and like the fact that you kind of play that, you you can make money in so many ways. Like, I think we kind of talked about this on the other show, where you can play the marketplace and not even play the game.
Yep.
You can play the game, and then you get the cards. I mean, I don't think I'm at a point where I can like pull in decent ETH every week. Like, I can play that mid-level in mass for cards. That's like my target.
Mm-hmm.
But then, as well as that, we've obviously got some other things like the potential of the fan token and stuff like that. So
Yep.
yeah, there's a lot of good stuff.
There is indeed. So real quick, I thought I found it. Yeah, I found the tweet. So I'll share my screen. One more second. Uh, find it. There we go. So it was from Tyler D actually, which is funny. So it says,
Nice. Yeah.
Fantasy Top is having a very nice September. The app has generated 77 ETH, so almost $200,000 in inflows from September 1st through September 23rd, now averaging about 23 ETH per week, or in weekly inflows. Product looks more sustainable than ever as they branch out into new games. Yeah, so 75 ETH is for the month of September so far. I'd say that is pretty decent for anyone who's questioning, if this is sustainable or not, or if they can increase prize pools, anything like that. I'd say that is a nice thing to be aware of.
That is wild. Very, very wild.
Yep.
Um,
It's here for the long haul, people, whether we like it or not.
yeah, I like that. That's really good. Trying to think what else. There's also the nice partnership with Predict.fun as well, where they're doing the ability to bet on who's going to win the elite competitions. That's quite a fun one.
Yes, sir. Do you have any experience in that, Ezrin?
Yes, I do. It's not confirmed.
Okay.
It is not confirmed, but it is an interesting talking point. But let me, yeah, I can share quickly. It is not confirmed though, so I feel a bit.
Well, then, you don't have to. We can wait till it's confirmed, hopefully.
I really hoped it was going to have confirmed. Okay. Let's leave it. I don't want to be. I'd rather know for sure. But it's not just something to be aware of. Like, every week, they take like the top 5 winners of the last tournament, and they allow you to do similar sort of order book to what we see on. Was it? What's that? What's the other prediction market that everyone uses?
Poly market.
Poly market, yeah, where you do the bid and the ask, and you can actually bet on whether any of the 5 are going to win the next tournament or other. And Predict.fun, it's got some people who play on it, but there's not tons. And there's this last tournament ended up with some pretty crazy volume. Like each of the 5 heroes was pulling in between 64k and 180k in volume
Jeez.
across the market itself. So
Yeah.
that total bet was nearly $800,000.
Woo.
And it jumps so much, as you can probably imagine the odds.
Yeah.
Because when the tournament first starts, anyone who's played Fantasy Top knows that whatever your rank is within the first 24 hours is highly unlikely to be your rank in the next 24 hours. And then quite
Sadly.
often the same again twice. So it is worth doing a wee bit of research of who these heroes are, what sort of cards they're picking up, what sort of cards they've got in their inventory. And it's quite lucrative if you especially come out the gates where you see a particular hero that you had your eye on. Not hero, sorry, player, because we're talking about players here. A particular player coming out the gates, not in top position. You can put some decent bids in there, and swoop some pretty insane APRs. Obviously it's predictions, right? So nothing's guaranteed and could go to 0, blah blah blah. But it's worth spending a bit of time looking into a bit of research before the tournament kicks off, just to see what is likely to be the case of each player to commit what sort of deck to elite, because you can do quite well out of it if it wins. And you're talking like the APRs can be in the thousands. APY, APR, I don't know what we're talking here.
Whichever. I'm just gonna assume you're always right. So
I'm probably so wrong. Everyone's like, "What the hell is this guy talking about?" But like the return, the percentage returns are in like you can pick these up, and if they cash, you could make 1,000% sort of thing.
yeah,
There was a
it's
good
crazy.
tweet about it from Travis. I think talking about some of the percentages that people had on this, and yeah, it's worth having a wee look. It's like almost like a side quest. Looking at somebody else's decks, like once yours are kind of all neat and tidy, you go and sort of dig into the last 5 and maybe see if anyone in the other categories is going to come and compete and make a choice. Because when that goes live, you can swoop in for some bonus rewards.
Yeah, I mean that is all great stuff. Like you can play the game. You can play the game beneath the game with the marketplace. You can play the betting beneath the game on Predict.fun. Like there's so many avenues here to make money and really show your expertise. And I mean, yeah, you're taking advantage of every avenue, man.
Yeah, it's a good. I think play to your strengths as well. Like I did extremely badly on that the Moonshot partnership where we were picking meme coins. Like I think I showed my weakness there.
Yeah, it happens. That's why I didn't play that one, sadly for me, because I knew I wouldn't have done well. So had to stay out of that one myself. But glad you got the pain for both of us.
I bet someone in here, like I always think, like see if we were to put that in the shitcoin trading channel, I bet some of the people in there would absolutely destroy everybody.
I bet, yeah, I bet they would, man. It's really funny.
Yeah, nice one. Well, there we go.
Yes, sir. I think that about wraps it up for us today, folks. That's our packs open. That's our strategy for next week, done and dusted. So unless anyone else has anything they want to add, questions, comments, anything else, I think we're gonna head on out of here.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yes, sir. Yeah, appreciate everyone showing up, stopping by. Jinzo and Jinzo's gone, but appreciate Jinzo's ghost for hopping up here and giving his thoughts. And for everyone else, this has been another episode of Fantasy Top. Thanks for stopping by, and good luck in your lineups.
Nice one. Have a good week, everyone.